Welcome to Boxing Media Hub, proudly in partnership with Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. And with me now, I'd say a familiar face. It's been so long, I've forgotten what he looks like. It's Bradley Rea. How you doing, Brad?
Oh, good to see you, mate. Thanks for having me back on. I know it's been a while, but no, it's good to be back.
Oh, honestly, mate, I know you've been busy. You've had lots going on. A lot's gone on. As I say, 15th of February 2022 was the last time he came on. And we've got quite a bit to talk about, but I won't keep you too long. We'll whip through it because there's good times ahead for Brad, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Hopefully, big finish to the year, and then I think next year is going to be the one for me. I think things are going to fall into place, after a while. But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of getting myself back in the mix.
No, 100%, mate. And my wife's jumped straight in. There is the darling. Rachel hasn't forgotten you, mate. Rachel hasn't forgotten you.
Still the favourite.
Oh, mate, more than me, mate. More than me. Jam's Boxing Chat. Big up Joel and Bradley, the Stingray, and Sam SWS Boxing. Big up Joel and Brad. Like I say, it's been a while. So last time I saw you were just getting prepared for Craig McCarthy. I think it was pretty much fight week. It's scary, isn't it?
It is. Mate. So obviously since then I've had the Denny loss. I was out injured after the Denny fight for a good 11 months. I was up and down, mate. I had just getting ready for my first fight back after the Denny fight. I got flagged on my brain scan. I had to go for a few things for that, and then ended up moving gyms. I'm now training down in Blackpool with Andy Abril. Relocated. I'm living down this way now. And yeah, mate, I'm now competing 2 weight classes above that. So like you say, a lot's changed, mate. Lots changed.
Yeah, and I was looking over it. It's 9 fights. Obviously, your close encounter with Tyler Denny, because one of the scorecards was ridiculous, but we see that quite a lot now. It just seems to be the norm. Very close for the English title. But as I say, you've been rebuilding yourself ever since. And 4 fights, your last 4 fights, all by stoppage. That's a statement.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've got no arguments with the result of any fight. It was the worthy winner for me. He'd done enough. Obviously, I had a rally late on. Fought with a few things, maybe, the ref took a point off him for holding. I thought it probably worked against me at the time. But, everything happens for a reason. If I would have pulled a late stoppage out of the bag behind on the cards, I won't be in the position I am now, with my new team behind me. And for me, this is the team that, are going to take me to the top. So everything happens for a reason. I'm glad it happened. I thank Tyler. And I'm happy to see what he's gone on to do, because he's a good kid, Tyler. Even now, we both support each other when we're fighting and stuff. But yeah, like you say, mate, I've gone away. I've had my head down, been working hard. I've been rebuilding myself on the small hall circuit. I've had a few fights kind of at this level more than I intended to. For me, I want to be back in these big fights by now. I want to be back on these big shows, but it's just the way things are working out, mate, at the moment. Unfortunately, there's nothing out there for me. But I said to myself, if I'm going to have a few fights kind of at this level, a few journeymen, a few smaller shows, I'm just going to wipe the floor with him. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to show these people that I'm levels above this. And for me, I feel like that's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? I've been 1-2 rounds. These kids who very rarely get stopped. You know what I mean? It doesn't really happen. I'm beating them in a fashion that not many people beat them in. And for me, you know, I'm calling out, look, I'm telling everyone, look, I'm bigger than this, you know, I want a big fight. Someone give me a big fight, and hopefully I think 2025, you know, is going to be the year where that'll happen.
Yeah, yeah, and I think, like you were saying, you know, you have those times. I know people are going to turn around and say, "Oh, he's fighting a guy that's got more losses than wins," but it's how you deal with those people, because people go into those fights and they're in there to survive, to do their job, and if you're blowing them out, you get the job done. That's it. You know, you're doing your part of the deal, aren't you? And then, as
Yeah.
you say, you're showing your level and where you're at, and we know where you're at, Brad, because we've been missing you, mate. I'm not going to lie. You're a cracking fighter, and we know where you should be. You were a fan favourite. People loved coming to see you fight, and that is the level that you should be at. And I know it's getting the opportunities, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I know it'll come, and it's nice to hear that, man. And it's nice to I have people on Twitter every now and again saying, you know, when we're gonna see you back on the team, like always, mate, I always entertain, no matter what, even the Denny fight, like I always entertain. I'll put on a show, and I was at the Catchwell fight the other week in Manchester, and it was the first big show I've been to for ages, and there was loads of people stopping us, you know, when are you gonna get on a big show? Like, I used to love watching you fight, and you know, if it was down to me, I'd be on one, you know, already. But it's just the way it is, you know. I've got to be patient, and you know, I'm no doubt I'll be back entertaining people soon. But you know, I think people are gonna be, you know, they're gonna sit up and take note when I'm back, because you know, I'm not the same Bradley Ray that I was before. You know what I mean? I'm not the same kid who was in the Denny fight. You know, with my new team, I've kind of, they've built me back up from the ground, and I'm a different fighter now. I'm at a comfortable weight. I feel stronger. I feel like I'm hitting harder. You know, I've added so much to my game. You know, mentally, I'm just so much more confident in myself. You know, I believe how good I actually am now, and you know, just need the chance to get in there and show what I know, what I'm doing in the gym. And I'm not asked to do it. It's a game. So I'm like, any light heavyweight, I'll get in there, and you know, I'm confident beating him. Like, get me in the mix. Any domestic light heavyweight, like I see there's loads about at the moment, and every time I see him, I just think like, I'll get me in with them. Like, I don't look at anyone and think, oh yeah, like he's a good fighter. Like, wouldn't like that one. Like, I'll get in with any of them.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's the thing, though. You've never shied away from a fight, and like you say, you're now in that division where it's thriving domestically. There's so many great fights out there, and I guarantee you, the moment you get your foot back in that ring at the level that we know you're all at, people are going to go, "It's bloody Bradley Ray." Yes, we know what we're going to get. This is a quality fighter, and I tell you now, people have been asking the whole time, would you fancy the Denny rerun now, Brad, after his heavy loss to Shiraz, as he's your only defeat to date?
Mate, I would, I'd love that fight, mate. But for me, you know, I'm a light heavyweight now, mate, and Denny's not a big middleweight. He's I can't see him ever coming up, and it's just one that for me, I'm probably gonna have to let go, unfortunately. Like you say, you know, he's a good kid, Tyler, and I'd be lying though if I said when I watch him, I don't think get me back in with him and beat him. But you know, it's one that, you know, it's just gonna have to be a lesson for me, unfortunately. Unless you fancy eating up and going up to light heavyweight, then we can get it on. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Just take him to an all-you-can-eat buffet and just sit there and watch him eat, and then go, "Now you're ready."
But well, I know he likes his food, Tyler, so that might be the way to do
it. No, on it, yeah, like Rachel said, things definitely happen for a reason. Life is a funny old game. Good on you for staying active, says Ra. Some fighters sulk off. Commonwealth silver at light heavy, says Sammy. There's lots of opportunities now, isn't there?
Yes, well, that'd be my next fight, November 30th, 4 weeks it is. That's confirmed for the Commonwealth silver now. Just had an opponent sent over this week, and I'm just waiting to get that confirmed. But again, like, better level now, higher level than I've been boxing at. It's someone who's going to come try and take me head off. Mate, you hear the dog squeaking?
Yeah.
Hey,
things you do for attention, I'll tell you.
They're not purpose. But yeah, so it looks like I think that Commonwealth silver, win that, get my foot in the door, then, you know, I've got a title, I've got a bit of pull, because at the moment I just feel like I'm in the position where I'm a risky fight. Like, people know, even if people are going off the Denny fight, like, I'm about sparring and go, like, people know what I can do, and they know that I'm a risky fight, and they know that I'm probably a big risk, little reward for people at the moment. Like, I don't have anything to offer anyone. And then, you know, you think, right, can I try and force these fights, get, you know, get in a mandatory position or whatever? I wanted the English, you know, I want to look at the British, but I'm fighting on small all shows. I can't get domestic opponents to have eliminators with me on the small all shows for the money. So I'm just in like a bit of a position at the moment where it's like I'm waiting about for the promoters. But it is what it is. Like I say, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Hopefully pick up this Commonwealth silver November the 30th. And then that'll put me in a position where I can look at some big fights next year. Like, I'm not really sure how it works, you know, whether the silver puts you in a position for the Commonwealth or whatever. But I know Edmonton's just won the Commonwealth and he's got the British as well. So it's just one of them. I've just got to keep doing what I'm doing, and I know at some point, like, I'm going to get the opportunity, and then it's just down to me. I just need to grab it with both hands.
Yeah, I think that's the case, isn't it, with the Commonwealth silver? It's pretty much it's almost like an interim, isn't it? It's like an interim belt for the Commonwealth, isn't it? That step up. But as you say, once you have that sort of title, you almost paint a target on yourself, which is what you want, because then it invites those fighters to come to you. You have the fight, you move up a step, and then it progresses on from there. You know, like Mr. Neutral said, no mercy. Sounds very Cobra Kai. Yeah, Jam's saying that's true, Ra. He stayed active, and with a new team, it's a new journey. Yeah, as I say, there's some cracking fights coming up with Queensbury now joining DAZN. A load of great fights are there to be made. Boxer getting involved too. The future of boxing looks bright, especially with Turkey Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season 2. Mate, I'd bet he's looked at your past fights and
getting me inside of me. Imagine me out there with it. He'd love me. He'd be all over me, mate. I'm telling you.
That's what I mean. You are his style of fighter, aren't you, though? You are.
Mate, put me out there, mate. I'll deliver, and he'll have me back. I'm telling you.
And you get the decent pay packet that you deserve as well. Let's be honest.
Hey, it's a little bonus in it. I wouldn't say no.
Mate, you'd have dogs galore in that place. I know what you're like.
Absolutely kicking off here, wanting me to open the door for her. She's proper little sulk sat around the corner.
Here we go, though. This is an interesting one, mate. Jam has said, Ezra Taylor looks dangerous. Is he someone you'd fan? Mate, that'd be a dust-up.
Over it, mate. Oh, very good fighter. Very good fighter. Very Ezra Taylor. Out of the bunch, I think he's probably top 1 or 2 light heavies. But all over that, mate. Yeah, all over that next year. Good to go, mate. These are the type of fights I want to be in, and these are the type of fighters that I've got are making a lot of noise at the moment. You know what I mean? The promoters are making a lot of noise about him, and then down to me to go and upset the apple cart and derail him. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to be in the away corner, go on the show, and everyone thinks I'm getting beat. You know what I mean? Like, do it.
Can I just say, though, I don't think it's a case of upsetting the apple cart. I think you've been there and done this before he has. We've seen you do this, where you go into a fight as a bit of an underdog and bang, you clean someone out. This is what you do. I don't think this is upsetting the apple cart at all. I think this is Bradley Ray hitting the scene as to where he was before. You just pick up where you left off.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. I know I've got it in me. But you know, the bookies might see otherwise, mate. And
bother the bookies, mate.
me and the boys will have them off. I'll be off on holiday somewhere. Don't worry about it.
No, honestly, mate, I can't wait to see you get back out there and do what you do at the level, that we all know you're at. You're a cracking fighter. You're a modest guy. I think that's why a lot of people like you, Brad, is because you're real. People just like someone who's a decent person that goes on to do well in life. And that's all we want to see for you, Brad, is for you to go on and do well, pick up the Commonwealth silver, and, mate, off you go. It starts again.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. I appreciate it. It's a big compliment. Oh, mate, there's too many fake people putting on in this game. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need it all. I'm just myself, mate, and people seem to appreciate it. So, no, it means a lot. And like you say, mate, next year, coming for the lot, mate. Coming for every single belt I can find. Anyone who's undefeated, anyone who's on a big show headlining, like, we're having it off next year.
There you go. My wife has said it. We all love you, Brad. I didn't think I'd go that far, but yeah, there you go, Brad. Just before you go, though, who wins out of Ezra Taylor versus Louis Edmondson if it happens? Apparently, Ezra has called for it.
Taylor, yeah. So I think by the time I probably get to that level, it'll be Taylor. He'll have the titles, and that's fine by me. But I'm pretty sure it looks like Edmondson's fighting Liam Cameron, his first defence I've seen. And mate, Cameron, good fighter, rough and ready. He'll come and rough you up. And from the Aziz fight, Edmondson liked it his own pace, liked it his own way, and he looked good when it was going his way. And Liam Cameron, he's an handful. When you see me, Ben Whittaker, he stuck it all over him, and I think that's an interesting one. But I think Edmondson will probably beat him, and then I can see if Taylor gets the fight next. I think Taylor will beat him. He'll have them belts that I'm after, but it's just, you never know what's going to happen. I've just got to see how things go over the next few fights. Anything can happen in this game, but when I get the opportunity, whoever's got them belts, I'm taking them off him. Simple as.
There you go. Brad has said it. I ain't arguing with him. But yeah, honestly, Brad, before we let you go, one more big fight in December, mate. Usyk versus Fury 2. It was intriguing last time out. Who have you got this time? It's probably an even bigger fight this time, isn't it?
You know what, mate? It's a tough one because.
Don't you sit on the fence?
What? No, I'm not sitting on the fence. I'm gonna go. Oh man, I can't go against Fury. Like, I can't. I feel in my head I've got Fury's gonna come in heavy. He's gonna come in heavier. He's gonna make it ugly for Usyk. He's good at using his weight and draining you, Fury. And he didn't really do that in the last fight. I think it might be a bit of an uglier fight, but I think it might suit Fury. Look at banging their body shots in downstairs, trying to slow him down. There was a point halfway through the fight, and he hit into the body, and he stepped it. Oh, it looked like he was just going to take over from the fight, and then I think in the next few rounds, Usyk landed that shot, and it just changed the fight. I think if he could do that a bit earlier on, use his weight, I think I'm gonna stick with that, man. I'm gonna stick with Fury, mate. I can't go against him. So hopefully the big fella gets the job done.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. Not, mate. He's so good, isn't he? He's so good, mate. Like, you could put him in with anyone, and he has the potential of beating any fighter ever. He's absolutely mustard. But
because when it was funny, because when you were talking just then, it was almost like you were trying to convince yourself.
Mate, I mean, it depends what time I wake up on in the morning. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. But I think Usyk's shown now he can hurt him. And I think Fury will know that he can hurt him. And, I think it could change. It might be a little bit more early on, but I think that'll play against Fury. I think he just needs to go and get stuck into him. But yeah, mate, it's definitely a good one. I'm looking forward to it, mate. He's it, mate. What a guy he is as well, isn't he? What a bloke, mate. He's, for someone who barely speaks English, like, he's got the whole, like, everyone loves him, all of us, lot. And he's just come over here and he's just levered all of our fighters for years. Like, just comes over and he just levers every British fighter he fights, but we still love him. And it's because he's just minting it.
Well, I'll tell you, the only thing we can guarantee is Brad's going to pick up the Commonwealth silver, and then we're going to see him go back to where he belongs, climbing the ranks on his way to that superstardom that we know that you can get, mate. So honestly, it's been a pleasure having you on, Brad. I love having you on. You're a top bloke, one of the nicest guys in boxing, and just keep being you, mate. Do you know what I mean? You've got a new team around you. You've got everything going. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you can do in a division that you look happy in, you look strong, and you're still bloody good, you know, a good looking lad. It's annoying. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. You're a star, and I'll speak to you soon. As I say, my wife's still sending love hearts, so I'm going to go because it's getting worrying now.
Top man, I'll speak to you soon. See you later.
Take care, Brad. God bless. See you later, mate. So there you have him. Bradley Rea, massive. Going to get back up to the top again. I'm so buzzing that he came back on again. It's been such a long time. As I say, February 2022. He has a real big opportunity here, the Silver Commonwealth, and then he'll just shoot up the ladder. I've got no doubt whatsoever. So follow him on all of his social platforms, hit the subscribe button here, and check out the rest of the content, and we will see you soon. Take care. Have some of this.